Hi and welcome everyone. I hope that you are all doing alright in this very surreal time. In today's video, we're going to talk about modals of permission. If you're ready, let's get started. So, we have can, may, could and be able to are used to express permission. When, how do we use them? We are going to figure out. At the beginning, we use can, could, or may to ask for permission. Okay, ask for permission. نسأل عن الاستئذان. Okay, for example, can I use your pen? Can I use your car, for example? Can I use your mobile phone? You see, we are asking. احنا بدنا نسأل عن الاستئذان، يعني تسمح لنا نعطينا رخصة. Also we can say, could we borrow your ladder please? Ladder, it means السلم. May I see the letter? Certainly. So could, when you use could, you are being more polite than when using can. عادة يكون الطلب أكثر تقدما عندما يكون الاستئذان وليس الطلب باستخدام كلمة could وليس can. May is rather formal. اوكي، عاد تكون بالخطابات الرسمية. Now, to give permission we use can or may but not could. Okay, to give permission حتى نعطي الاستئذان we use what? Can or may but not could. For example, you can wait in my office if you like. You see, if you can wait. بإمكانك الانتظار. It means you are giving him or her a permission to wait in the office. تعطيه أو تنطيها استئذان حتى تبقى بالمكتب. Could I borrow your calculator? Could I borrow your calculator? تسمح لي أستعير الحاسبة? Of course you can. You see, of course you can, not you could. Why? Because as we said at the beginning, when we want to give permission for someone, we use can or may, but not could. Okay? But when we ask for permission, we can use could, as we said at the beginning. بالبداية مو كنا حتى نعطي استئذان بإمكاننا نستخدم can or may or could. Okay? But now, when you want to give permission بس حتى تعطي استئذان، يعني إنه الشخص استأذنك وتجاوبه، ما ممكن تجاوب إنه of course you could. Okay? إذا هو يسأل could، أنت تنطي الاستئذان باستخدام can. You may telephone from here. Yeah, a written notice. Written notice, it means قد ملاحظة صغيرة تشوفها على مكتب أو مكان معين. You may telephone from here. بإمكانك أن تتصل من هنا. May is formal and is not often used in speech. Okay? May عادة as we said هي صيغة رسمية ما تستخدم كثير في الكلام. Yeah, by the way, يجوز قسم منكم سمعني كتبوها often وليس often. Both of them are correct. Okay? Often تعتمد فقط على المنطقة. بعض المناطق يقروها often عادي. So, to refuse permission, we use can't or may not, but not couldn't. Now to refuse permission, نرفض. Okay, استئذان. يعني شخص يستأذنك وأنت مو حابب أنه تنطيه استئذان. You use what? Can't or may not, but not couldn't. Again, could we picnic here? أنت تجاوب شو تقول؟ I'm sorry, I'm afraid you can't. Okay? Why? When we want to refuse permission, we use either can't or may not. تمام، هي بدأت could، لكن could نستخدمها to ask for permission. فقط لإعطاء، يعني للسؤال عن الاستئذان. members may not bring more than 2 guests into the club. You see? It means members, they do not have the permission to bring. ليس لديهم استئذان أو رخصة. We can also use must not. Okay? بإمكاننا أيضا استخدام كلمة أو تعبير must not also to refuse permission. Luggage must not be left unattended. Luggage must not be left unattended. Okay? By the way, in everyday interaction or in everyday speech, you can say must not. Okay? مو لا يعني must not. You can say must not. Must not. Good. Next. Talking about permission. Okay? When you want to talk about permission, you use can to talk about the present مضارع, and we use could for the past. Okay? Could للماضي, كان المضارع. For example, each passenger can take 1 bag onto the plane. Okay? تعال تتكلم على استئذان في المضارع. كل مسافر بإمكانه أن يحمل حقيبة واحدة على الطائرة. Okay, onto the plane. على الطائرة, ما into, onto. Past, in the 1920s, you could drive without taking a test. You see? The event is in the past. In the 1920s, في العشرينيات, you could drive without taking a test. Not you can drive, you could drive, because this is something that happened in the past. Next. Right. Now be allowed to. When do we use it? We can also use be allowed to if you want to talk about the present, future, or past. Okay? Passengers are allowed to take 1 bag onto the plane. Okay? Are allowed to. Also, we are talking about permission here, but we are using what? We are using be allowed to. In the future, you say, will I be allowed to record the interview on tape? Okay, will I be allowed to? Be allowed to, and you have at the beginning will to express future. Now, past, we say, we weren't allowed to look round the factory yesterday. We weren't allowed to. Weren't here is what? Is part of be. Are is what? Is part of be. Right. Next. Yeah. Now what do we have? We have an expression, a difference between may and be allowed to. On the left, we have asking for permission. On the right, we have asking about permission. So when you ask for permission, you use may. But when you ask about permission, you use what? You use be allowed to. Pay attention, be allowed to, not allowed to. Be allowed to. So for example, may I take a photo of you? What does it mean? It means, will you allow it? تسمح لي أخذ لك صورة? You are asking for permission. On the other hand, are we allowed to take photos? مسموح لنا ناخذ صور? It means what? Just imagine that you are in a park, for example, or in a party, and you are asking about the rule. أنت تسأل على القاعدة الموجودة بالحفلة أو بالمتنزه. مسموح لنا ناخذ? What is the rule here? Okay, so you are asking about permission, not you are asking for permission. Good. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening, and see you next time.